So we're here at the Ballarat Botanical Gardens and they have a big dahlia garden, and we ran into one of the gardeners and his name is Glen, and he gave us a lot of information about how they grow their dahlias and store them and what they do here, and he said it's fine to pop this up. So this is just a quick little video of Glen talking about dahlias, and thank you very much for all of your information, Glen. So we'll play that now. Hello. We wish that we could see the end result.
Yeah, we've just dug them all up and we've put them into storage, and then we'll divide them, and then we'll replant them in about November. So we've just lifted ours this week, so we dug all the tubers up, we washed them all off and then divide them and put them into storage for like a few months, and then...
How do you store them, like, so they don't... We've just put ours in sawdust.
That's fine.
Yeah, in a cardboard box.
Yeah, that's fine. And what you can do, once in spring, we're probably going to divide ours now because we've got so many, so through space saving, we divide ours now. But what you can do in spring, when all their little eyes develop on the tubers, you can then divide them and cut them up.
Oh, so just leave it as a clump.
Leave it as a clump for now, and once in spring, like we plant ours in Melbourne Cup Day. Yeah, so what you can do in sort of October, look at your tuber, dahlia tuber, and you'll find it's like a potato. So
oh, that's exactly what I said. I said, this is like potatoes.
The crown, you'll find all these eyes will start to develop.
Yep.
And if you get a sharp knife or scalpel, you can actually cut them off.
Yeah, okay.
And as long as you've got that eye with the tuber, and as long as you don't break the neck of the tuber.
Yeah, some of our necks broke getting them out.
So if they're broken off, you just get rid of them. But so if you've got a big crown, you can get a knife and just cut down the crown and just divide it up. And so if you've got, and the good thing about dividing dahlias, if you don't divide them, what happens is over time they get bigger and bigger, and they put a lot of foliage on, but not as many.
Oh, so I was going to ask you that, like, can you just leave them? But that's what'll happen.
Yeah, you can, but you probably can leave them for 2 years, but that's probably maximum. Tend to do, they put in a lot of growth, and then you'll get like 20 shoots coming from this tuber and few flowers.
Yeah, okay. We wondered that because we're like, wow, it'd be easy just to leave them.
Yeah, but what it does is, in dividing them, you'll get better flowers.
But we wondered that because it was so much work.
They are a little bit work because you want more flowers. Division's the best way.
Yeah, and then just do the single tubers every season.
Yeah, so we put ours down to a single tuber with an eye, as long as it's got the eye on it. As I said, you can divide them more in spring when the eyes, it can be a bit difficult if you dig them up now. And
you would have to have one tuber per eye though, wouldn't you? Like
so if you have 50 tubers on a clump, not every tuber they will grow.
We divided ours, we probably should have waited and just wait to see where those eyes were going to be.
Yeah, because sometimes they're a bit tricky to see, so if you wait until spring and the little eyes will really start to
so just wash the big clump, dry it and store it.
We dig ours up, we wash them down with a hose, wash all their soil off. We're going to divide ours before we store them, but if you don't want to do that, you can store them, you can wash them all down, let them dry off for a day or two, and then just cover them with a sawdust or something until spring.
Ours had a little bit of rot already, that's why we thought we'd better cut that off.
And you can just cut the rot out of them, and that's fine.
Yeah.
And then what you can do is store them, cover them. By covering them, it stops them from dehydrating, because sometimes they can dehydrate and just shrivel up to nothing. Covering them, it helps.
It's just dry sawdust, is that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, okay.
Dust is fine. And you can do it or washed river sand or you can even, because we've got a nursery here, we've got potting mix we can just cover them with.
Yeah, okay.
Potting mix in bulk. We dug them up this week and we're just removing all the stakes now.
And is this how close together that you planted them? Wow.
So these beds have got 20 dahlias in them. So planting them slightly closer together supports them to do it slightly different. Per plant we have 3 stakes. So we do it in a triangle, and then we get that soft, jolly.
And you go round it.
Round it, like sort of, and then it grows up in the centre.
Yeah, that's nice.
You don't have to do that.
Yeah, we've seen people run it on a fence trellis, and there's all different ways. Yeah, we didn't do many last year, so we just staked them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you don't necessarily need 3 stakes. We find 3 stakes works well, because what it does is, you have that nice triangle, and then you put that twine around the outside, and you can grow them up and just
Yeah.
sort of poke them in so they support each other. Because
Yeah.
if you get a strong wind, they all just topple over.
And you get a lot of wind here.
We-
Yeah.
So-
Where we are, we're kind of protected a little
Yeah,
bit in a bit of a pocket.
Oh, well, that's, yeah.
Yeah,
And
we'd still stake them because
Yeah.
it'd be horrible to just come out one
so-
morning and you've lost it all.
The other option is, people do run a line. They can put stakes and then run sort of wire or something, and then
Yeah,
as
just
they grow,
tie
they sort of
them.
support them up. That's another way of doing it.
They definitely need support, don't they?
They do.
You do.
That's the biggest thing is support, because what happens is if we didn't support these would all just be laying on the ground. So, I mean, we just buy these stakes in bulk. Yeah, we only use them once because after the season they rot out.
They're right.
Nice, I like the bamboo ones. They look really good.
Yeah, and we buy ours from bulk from it's a place called Garden City Plastic in Melbourne, and they sell a lot of nursery products and everything.
Oh, we should check them out too. It even looked interesting coming
it
up,
looks nice because you were
like an art installation or something. Like just.
Stakes,
That's what I was thinking when I came up. I was like, oh, what's this? And then I saw dahlias. It makes me want to dig our lawn up and do it like this, just to have it pretty.
Yeah, I mean, we've done it. This Dahlia block's been here. We've probably 2016, and we've just increased. We used to have dahlias here right down the back. We used to have a huge variety down the back.
Oh, yeah.
Then the drought came. They got.
Oh.
So we've only brought them back recently. But yeah, we decided to put them here, and they do really well. So yeah, we've got about 120 varieties. We put in about over 200 dahlias in this spot here.
Oh, different ones or different 200 tubers?
We've got about 200 tubers, but we've got about 120 varieties.
Yeah, wow.
Okay, nice.
How many we got? 16.
We got a lot of ours from a place called Country Dahlia.
Yeah, that's where I bought ours. Yeah.
So we originally got a lot of ours from there, and we're
Yep.
actually going to increase our diversity this year. We're going to get more because a lot of them, because we've got space for 200 dahlias, we're repeating a lot of them. So we may get some different ones.
Yeah, my favourite one's called Avalanche, the white one. Have you seen that one? That one was from Country. You've probably got that many of
Yeah,
them.
we probably do have that one.
Yeah, it was from Country Dahlias.
Because they originate, the species ones grew from, was it Mexico? They originally came from these single species ones. That's where they
Because I used to eat them, and also the stems would hold the water, so I think it was a way to get some water too, wasn't it?
Okay.
I don't know. I could be making that up.
Look, for a plant that, for value for the amount of flowers you can get off them is pretty.
Oh, I think so too. And then how it multiplies. Like we paid about $15 a tuber, but now we've got at least 3 good ones, I think, from each one. I reckon we'll probably walk away with. Some had a lot. Some were so round and stuck together though, it was so hard to separate.
And the good thing is Google division of dahlia tubers, and it'll give you a really good idea of how
I found a really good article about it that sort of showed you where everything was, and
the necks and the
but I think
eyes
next
and-
year we wait until we see the eye, I reckon.
You don't have to divide it now when you dig them up. Some people will leave them until spring to divide them.
Yeah, maybe we do that
The
next
eyes
time.
swell up a bit more and you can see them more. And all you do is get a sharp knife and you sort of you do.
That would be easier,
Yeah.
the knife. We did it with the secateurs.
Yeah.
Wasn't that easy?
But the only-
I found
the
it
only
stressful
thing-
actually.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. The only thing that I was wondering is, you guys reuse the same soil to replant them in here?
Yeah, so they will go back in the soil. What we do, we'll add some organic compost to them.
yeah.
We'll really rotary hoe it in and let it stand for a month or so before you plant out. So
But not treatment, like you have to, because you can get the gall in the dahlias.
yeah.
You don't have to treat the soil or anything.
No, we don't treat our soil.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
we did have two of our plants that have gall this year, and we've chucked them out.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's the best.
Does it stay in the soil or no?
Well, we're hoping not. So yeah,
Trial and
it's the
error.
same variety. It's I dug up 2, and it had that gall on it on the tuber, like and so we've just chucked them out. So best thing, if something gets a pest or a disease, just get rid of it because you don't want it to spread.
No.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So you'll just keep an eye on that little section.
Yeah,
I guess,
so
yeah.
We'll just see if, because the beds do stand quite empty for a while. And
Oh
we can
yeah, that's the
treat
same with
them.
ours. It just sits there for
Yeah,
the.
we treat we'll put, we won't treat them with a fungicide or anything, but we'll put organic matter in, hoe them up and everything. So we're actually
Yeah,
gonna
'cause
make
it's nice
these beds
soil.
slightly different. We're going to get steel edging put in our beds because it's all timber in the timber.
Oh,
So,
I
yeah,
was
yeah,
thinking
yeah.
that was steel. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're
Oh, that's nice. It's dug down. It looks really good.
So it's like a cut edge. So what we do is we'll get steel edging put in.
Yeah.
In all these beds, and because the timber rots away and breaks away, so steel will stop there a long time. And then we'll make these beds a little bit skinnier. These four on the outside are quite wide and they're a bit difficult to do. So if we make them a bit skinnier, you can get to them from the outside.
We've kept ours are a metre wide, all our beds. Yeah.
120, no?
No, 1 metre.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh no, I might have done 120 in the flower patch actually.
Because that's a good size too, because you can actually get to the dahlias both some new
Step on your garden, yeah.
And we've got a rotary hoe and it's perfect width for
Oh yeah, so you got to think about all this, don't you?
The rotary hoes are really good. Like we've got a Honda one and it's a tiller and it's got it's about that wide. You just go and it just really breaks it up and you just go over it and breaks it up. They're really worthwhile because hand digging is quite...
So far everything we've done is by hand.
Make compactation over time.
Yeah. I mean, you can quite often pick up second-hand tillers.
We've kind of been looking. We're going to hire one just to sort of
see how it goes,
give it a go.
Get an idea of what it's like.
Our soil's not as nice as this. Well, it's not bad though. Our soil. We've bought a lot to bring it in.
Yeah, our soil has years and years of compost added to it.
Yeah. You must love it.
Yeah, it's great. I usually do the days. I love the days. They went out of fashion there for a while, and then they're well and truly back in fashion now.
Well, in the flower farming world, they're just it's
so wow flower.
Yeah, people just love it. Like if we did a bouquet and it had dahlias in it, I don't think some people even knew what they were. They just were like, wow, look at that flower.
You used to see a lot of them in the 70s and 80s, and then they sort of went out of fashion a little bit, and then the drought came, and so people didn't grow them.
Oh yeah.
A whole generation who haven't actually seen dahlias.
Well, that was kind of me. I hadn't really seen it until we started growing it.
And there's like thousands of varieties too.
I didn't even think I'd even like them. I was like, oh.
They look a bit, But
then it's so addictive. You grow them and you're like, wow.
And the different forms.
Can't live without these now.
From dinner plates to singles.
Yeah, and I loved the little tiny ones too. They were so pretty. They're so cute.
And we've actually got
I liked all of them.
Yeah, they're really different.
And the cactus ones I didn't think I'd like, but I loved them. They're so nice. Yeah.
So, well, good luck. And
thank you. What was your name?
Glen.
Glen. Hi. That ended very abruptly, I know. The conversation kind of got more and more intense and it got really hard to edit. As it was, we were kind of talking over each other and anyways, I hope you got some value out of that. We certainly learnt a lot and got some good tips. And thank you again to Glen at the Ballarat Botanical Gardens. So stay tuned for next week. We're going to do the farm tour, the dead of winter farm tour, and just show you what we are up to. We've been in lockdown for a week now. So that Ballarat trip we did 2 weeks ago, got home, and then we're in lockdown on that Friday. So we've kind of just been getting as much as we can done around the farm, but it's also been raining just almost constantly. We've had 2 sunny days, and the sun's just come out now for probably 5 minutes, I don't know. And we're quickly outside for a bit of a play before it starts raining again. So it's been tricky to get stuff done, but we'll give you that tour next week. And thank you for being here. Thank you to those who have subscribed. If you haven't yet subscribed, please consider subscribing. And we'll see you next week. Bye.